Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Marty Haldane. I am the CEO of Anow, and thank you for joining me today on an Accelerate Anow webinar. It's an exciting new group of features that we've launched after building a lot of them over the last couple of years, but they've only been available on our enterprise tiers. But we were able to pare some back and now offer it to everybody. So it's a really great new package of features for companies really of any size, but especially those ones that want lots of automation, lots of growing potential where they don't have to spend money on FTEs and full-time employees, and they can just use the software to automate so much stuff. So thanks for taking the time today to check everything out. So it is above and beyond our standard plans and Accelerate plan. And if you go to anow.com/pricing, you can see this for yourself too. But there's a big long list of things. Here's our core plan of Anow that's existed for a long time. Lots of great features in here. And then Accelerate is this big long list of new things around finance, quality assurance, team tools, and branding customization of your Anow and your client-facing things. I'm going to go through these and set about a 15-minute timer on each section because there is a lot to cover. But the first one that I want to show you is finance and reporting pieces of Accelerate. So inside of Anow, you've got all of your orders, everything happening, workflows, all of that fun stuff. And here's an order. For those of you that are familiar with it, you've seen this before, but you've got your fees, your clients, all that stuff. So when we now, as part of Accelerate, we've introduced a new feature called Insights and Custom Reporting. And Insights is actually available to everyone, but there is some great features in the Accelerate tier, just like you can see right here, saving your reports. So very, very, very important to many of our customers who are running daily reports, weekly reports, monthly reports on very sophisticated things, client-specific ones. Here's some examples on here that we have, and if you join Accelerate, we have a bunch of templated reports we can throw on there for you, like these ones. Maybe not this daily crazy report that I just checked a ton of fields to show off in a demo, but we have a canceled report summary. So we can create a daily report that summarizes all of your customers, how many orders were canceled on each one. In progress reports, I'm just skipping this one obviously. In progress report for Tony Lee, our best customer. There's Tony. Well, that's how to edit the report. But I have this report that I run every single day to make sure that we're taking care of Tony. If I want to export that, I just click the button and it exports me that report. I've got my pipeline, my summary. Pipeline will show me every single job that's open in my company. Summary will show it rolled up by state or province or appraiser or client. And I, again, just export this. Now my canceled summaries, new orders created, blah, blah, blah. All of these things that you want at the touch of a button just show up on Insights. I want to know what my pipeline is right now, or schedule this. Like you can see this one on the top. It's a canceled reports summary. So I want to know every single day what's been canceled, and then I can look into why. And so I can edit and delete this, or schedule it, and so I can have it auto scheduled. So let me just click on this one for you. Canceled reports. So this is a little bit of can be an overwhelming stream at first because it's highly technical, but that was the point when we built this, is to be able to create reports on literally anything that you want. So this is a summary report. So this is the simple version. We are running a canceled report summary by client. I want the ordered by name. I want the orders count, and I want the report fee that goes with that so that I can see every single day how many were canceled. Like this could be completed. This could be new orders created that we brought in, a little happier report. We can add filters, like this one says status is canceled. It could be is complete, is review, in progress, doesn't matter. You can add this, you can add millions of filters, not millions, but tons. But literally any combination of filter, there's so many, like contains, doesn't contain, is known, is unknown. It's absolutely flexible. And then down below that, schedule them. So you pick a frequency and you can have them sent out at multiple times. So daily, Monday to Friday, weekly, monthly, what time, what day. Like a weekly on Monday at 9 a.m. I want my week's prior report. It can be anything that you want. I mean, get rid of that. I guess I won't save it. And who you want it sent to in your company. So the business owners, admins, certain appraisers, and these could be payroll reports being sent off to your accountant or to you. It could be absolutely anything. And when I go, I'm not going to change this one because this is a summary report. And we have detailed reports. If I go to just create a new report here, this is where you get all of the detail. You can change your default sort on the generated report that comes out, the groupings by appraiser, client, state, or none. And then here's all of the fields of all the data that you put into Anow. And then some of the stuff that we figure out for you too, like net fees. So being able to run a report on your net fee commission or profits on your fees minus the appraiser fee, and then what's left over from that. So I mean, we can start clicking things and say, okay, we want to do that. I want the address too, which is the unit number, the city. I want to know my ordered by customer name. I want to know the lender name and my net fee report, something like that, where it's a primary appraiser. When you go down here, you can rearrange your report columns. They'll be added in the order that you click them. So it doesn't really matter what order you click them in, but if for sake of time, click them in the order you want to, but it doesn't matter. Just rearrange them. And then you add your filters. So net fee, address is anything, city is anything. Like what's really neat is you can actually start getting creative with some of these reports. And if you want to see, say, your ordered by is Anow Bank, and I want to see a report on all, oh, this is a long list. Let me just search it. Report fee is greater than $400. I just want to see a list of orders by Anow Bank where the report fee was more than $400. So just showing you can actually report on anything now. Set that frequency to auto schedule. The auto scheduling and the saving is part of Accelerate, which is so nice and handy. You're running a busy business. We have our analytics platform, which is absolutely fantastic for seeing certain numbers at a glance, but this is the next advanced level of reporting where you can set up anything at all. Look at all of these fields and have so many different reports, have them scheduled, have them be going to certain people. You can see when they were last run on, when they were created. That is the first thing in Accelerate to go over, and one of my favorite things in Accelerate, just because I'm a reporting nut and love reports and getting your data out when all of that's being populated just by the standard workflows that are happening on a day-to-day basis from your appraisers and your admin teams, which is fantastic. You can now pull all of that data into analytics because it's there automatically, seeing your order volume by appraiser, client, blah, 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 all these great graphs that we have. And then now on insights and saved reports, that is the first big thing on Accelerate that I wanted to show you guys. So the next thing on the list in the finance tier is around fees. So the fees, we now have something. So if I go to our users is the people in your company. I'm going to click on my demo user, even though that is me, Marty. We use John Jacobson. I guess I use John Jacobson when we do demos. This is what an appraiser's profile looks like. They can be in your company or not part of your company, a contractor. But if we have this new part of Accelerate called fee schedules. So if you pay your appraisers based on certain report types, that's fine, you can do that. Or commissions, you can leave it like that too. So depending on what it is, so if they have a report fee for 1004s or whatever, all of your report types that you have in your account, you can see I've got 41 in this demo account. You can set overrides from your commission to these flat fees. So say you negotiated that as part of their contract, which we see a lot of our customers doing, saying here's a flat fee for a 1004, or we have this greater than, which is a really cool toggle on, it will calculate what is the greater of the two. So for example, say $2,000 file. Actually, let's just use $1,000 file. John Jacobson has 60% commission, so that's going to be $600 in commission. His standard report fee is $400, so it's going to, if the greater than toggles on, it's going to assign him $600 for that file. If this is off, it will give him $400 and apply commission on any report types that don't have a fee. So it's very flexible. You can set it up in a lot of different ways. We see countless different setups with the companies that we work with and their appraisers, but now you have the flexibility to do that. And you can even turn report types off. So you know what? John just doesn't do 1025s, doesn't know, doesn't like them. We'll just uncheck those. He won't show up on the assignment lists. Or I'll just leave them checked off. We're good to go. So that's appraiser fee schedules. You can do that for every single one of your appraisers. If you negotiate different fees, if they're in different areas, for example. A lot of customers on Accelerate have work in many different counties and sometimes even states, and so they'll have different appraisers in those specific states. So I can see Jane's and have Jane's fee schedule different. She's more senior than John is, so she gets paid more. So that is all there as part of Accelerate as well in the finance tier. The next one on the list is client fee schedules. If we go back to Anow over here, we go to our clients list. So if you've ever had a situation with your clients where you've negotiated specific fees, maybe it's with an AMC, maybe it's with a new lender or something like that, where you just have a very specific fee table with them, you can now manage that all in here. So if I go to, let's go Marty, Anow demo lender. When a client slides over, these are the client details, files, notes, report requirements, all of that fun stuff. They have now a fees section. So what that is you can have your report types, same list that you always do. And this actually gets smaller as you add them to the list so that you're not getting confused and always overwhelmed with a very long list. But this, now you have your report types, 1004, 1004 conventional, 1004 UAD. This can be whatever, like this is a demo account, so don't worry too much about it. This is whatever you name these are highly customizable, completely customizable. But this is just what we have on our demo account. So I'm just gonna stick with the basic 1004 report type. This is what I can have. So every time I do an order for Marty Haldane at Anow Demo Lender, it's going to check my base fee of $340. But what we can also do, if I click this plus, is break it down by county too. So I have added 2 counties on here, San Francisco County and San Mateo County, and they have different fees, as many of us do as you're driving further, or they could be higher or lower. If we have an appraiser that lives in an area, doesn't matter, but this is client specific fees. So broke it down, here's what we negotiated in each and every county, and that's easy. So we now showed you how to do appraiser fees, that's one side, but now this is report fees for specific clients. And this is just the order that I did it in because that's what's on this page, client fee schedules. But the extension on that too is we also have this new feature up in the top right called fee schedules. And this is your standard base fee schedule. So again, actually let me show that, I'll leave that open for you guys. So this is back to Marty Demo Lender. We had our 1004 base fee at $340. I'm gonna switch back to this tab, and I've got my company base fee. Just for everybody else, if we haven't set up a client fee table, if we don't manage a client fee table, that's fine. You have your company fee table, and these are all your report types. So I said 41 report types, here they are. COVID-19 desktop, we've all seen, have your fee in there for that. But what you can do is not just put a fee in, but actually click on that and add counties to every single report type as well. So base fee, $350 for 1004. San Francisco County, it's $380. San Mateo County, it's $385. A really, really nice way to not have to be tied to a fee table, an external fee table. If you're working at home or working remote, like many of us are right now, it's hard to be having all those documents or updating those documents or keeping everyone on the same page sometimes as you're quoting, and it's just difficult to do, especially when you have a large coverage area. But now you can just have that all set up, every single one of your report types that you have, all your counties that you have through your coverage area. And we show up here how to manage your coverage area. You just click that button. There it is. Here we've got all of our coverage areas. You can add them. This is a connect setting. So if your customers are ordering from you, you turn this on so they can only order orders from you in your coverage area. But that's a new setting that we added. Yeah, we saved. Awesome. So that is the fee schedules. Let me show you exactly what that looks like when you're doing an order now. You're not going to have fees that are underquoted or overquoted and you're losing jobs because you made a mistake, or I mean, great if you get it, but I'll put in an address, 381 Cherry Avenue in San Bruno. I'm going to say, you'll notice down here at the bottom, we don't have a report fee yet. And if I go to here, Anow Demo Lender, that's who ordered the report, that's who's paying me. And it's our 1004 that we picked. So now if we go down to the bottom, we can see the breakdown. And we like to show you these examples just to show you where the fee came from in case you want to override it. So we put in $380 on here because that's your client county fee. And this is the hierarchy that it goes in. We'll check and see if the client has a county fee, and we'll put that in. If they don't, we'll check the client base fee. If they don't, we check your base company county fee. And if you haven't put that in, we go to your base fee. But now your fees are now being automatically applied every single time, along with the appraiser fee schedules. If you're paying them flat fee or certain fees per report, now completely automated. You never have to think about it. It's great. And it's just one of those things that's, I remember as an appraiser having that binder, the book of the fee tables, and then the AMC fees that we had. And if you change them, it was okay. We change these by $10 sometimes and add it across the board. And it's just difficult when you get used to things. Now you can just administer these. Only people with admin permissions can edit these, which is good. But now you have that automation. What you might have noticed below there is this really awesome new feature called Tech Fee. And it's for $20. And where did that come from? That is actually the next piece on the Accelerate list, is being able to now to track the tech fees that your customers charge you, run reporting on them through insights, and even being able to automatically calculate commission on your appraisers that is net of the tech fee, because that's a very common thing that a lot of our customers are doing, is they are sharing that cost with their appraisers. We're building features that the market asks for. That's what a lot of our customers are doing. It's a completely optional. You can put it in to track it, and then there's a toggle in your company settings to actually do that. So let me show you what that looks like. So back to this first, Anow Demo Lender Marty. Then I go back to this is our clients page, client view, same one I was just on. We have this new tab next to the fees called expenses, and there is their technology fee. So their base tech fee for whatever platform they're using. If they're using one of the AMS platforms out there that charge you per file, you now just put in that one. You can still edit it on the fly. So if we go back to this new page and it's a review or some sort of lower fee, tech fee, you can still change that. You can say, you know what, I know it was a review. I can change that, but the default is 20 and that gets applied. Then you have on your company settings, go to account settings, company settings, million customization features. And that one is expenses. This one's on. Calculate an appraiser's commission based off of the net fee, gross fee minus client's tech fee if applicable. So what that's going to do now, let me just do this really quick on John, because he has a flat fee. If he's paid a flat fee, then obviously that commission calculation is irrelevant because it's a commission. So let me just take this off for his 1004. He is paid 60% commission. Let's go back to this page, and I don't really need to add anything else. All this is optional. You can customize this page and not see all the fields if you don't want to, or have them all and enter them all, which is great. As a fellow appraiser, I know more information is the better. So yeah, there's our 851 Cherry Ave. We have it on here. There's our report fee, $380. And John's appraiser fee, probably because I just am messing with his settings. So whoops, did it too fast. But here I am giving you a demo on Accelerate, and I just removed his flat fee. So it's adding 0 because I put in 0 when I deleted it. My mistake. So there, we just learned something today on the fee schedule. So when I had that and I added 0, I'm just gonna turn that off, and I'll put it back to 400 so I don't mess with the sales guys. But anyways, the appraiser fee was 0 because that's what it thought I did when I deleted the 400. But that will automatically calculate with your tech fee. You see down below here, we have expenses with tech fees, and there's our $20. And you can add more expenses too if you want. This is custom. So you know what, I had to buy a new measuring tape. It snapped and it was $20. It has nothing to do with the invoice, which is awesome. Your invoice hasn't changed. When you go to generate an invoice, it's still $380. I mean, you can add it above on the invoices you want on a line item, but these are branded invoices that we do, just the appraisal report fee. But now if you later run a report, say it's time to go to insights and create a custom report, and I want to do expenses, Control F is a really great friend for you. Control F, find on the page, find the field you're looking for sometimes. So I want to say expenses by appraiser, and I don't even need to see the address, to be honest. I just want to see group by appraiser and expenses. And what was that? Run and export that CSV. There it is. You can run that, and it likely will have a whole bunch of zeros because I didn't pick any other records. But there's Stevens, files, John Jacobson's, $0, $0, $0. Perfect. We'll dig through there and find that $20 one, but you get the idea. This is where you want to add filters on, say, completed date is between, I'm going to run my expenses for June, like that, and then run that report. And now you see a much easier report to look at. One record, one record, one record, $40. There's our expense reports. But that's a really great way. One last thing on the finance side, but that's a really great way to get control of your fees on your appraiser side, on your report types, managing these auto reports. The one last thing I'm going to show you in the finance package, since we're 20 minutes into this, is canned fees. And go back to our company settings. We have canned fees as part of Accelerate, and this is now, let's delete that because that's spelled wrong. I'm a spelling snob. That is also spelled wrong. Delete. Drive-by rush fee, trip fee, and you can have all of these in there. So you got a new one, and it's mileage, 80 cents. Doesn't matter. It can be whatever you want it to be. You just hit add. When we go to a file and we go to here, to the add fees, so we're adding more fees to our invoice. You can, as usual, always add something. So we could add mileage, we could add rush, or we can select from our canned list and just say at least $50 rush fee, so then we don't forget. Assign it to John, they get 60% commission on their standard stuff. So that's what I had updated him to. And then there it is, and do this. John, fees, there it is, $258. But canned fees is a really nice way just to, again, create synchronization across your company. We see a lot of distributed teams where even sometimes they'll put in report types a little bit differently before we introduce where you can't edit these anymore, a setting anyways. But same thing with the fees. Rush fee, they could have put in 40, they could have put in 5 by accident. It doesn't matter, things happen when you're busy. Now you don't have to think about it anymore. And a lot of people we talk to, they can always name instances where they've undercharged by accident, and this now keeps it pretty simple. And that is the last piece of our finance package. I call it a package just because it's a group. We have 4 groups, but that's finance. But the next couple of things are around QA. So QC, QA. If you have a specific review process, this is exactly what you need. So let's go back to Anow. A lot of our companies, especially in the larger ones, they have a very specific review process at the end, especially if there's a co-signer or just regular quality control or quality assurance, whatever you want to call it, inside of their company. And maybe it's even only for specific customers, not just ones who need a co-signer on it, but it's just this one's a huge pain. They have tons of rules. Let's run it through a review process. So we have this new dashboard and new filters called review, ready for review, in review, revisions required, revised, and approved, along with on the left-hand side here, as you guys might be familiar with if you're on Anow today, we have our pending desk of all the new orders coming into your company from our integrations, your main orders, and then this review and QC dashboard, which shows the same filters with also the due today, overdue, and rush ones as well too, so I can see, okay, which ones are revisions required and overdue. Like, let's get on Steven. Come on, Steven. Let's check out where this one's at. I can click on that and see this report and things that need to be fixed over here. And this is basically the end result, and I'll show you how we actually get there. Let's go back to our, let's use this one that we were using, 851 Cherry Avenue still. So part of the process, you have your custom workflow in Anow, but now we have a review workflow, and this is part of Accelerate. So you have on a file review lead. So I'm going to assign Jane. Jane's always reviewing John's work. And we have review types over here. So we have Express. You can set these up customizable in absolutely any way. You can have long lists, you can have 10 lists, you can have short lists. I'll show you what that means, a checklist, but they're questions and answers that someone on your team or the appraiser has to just to check off and say, yes, this is complete. The reviewer, this can actually be a different person. So Jane is the review lead. She's the one in charge at our company. She's got the highest designation. She's co-signs. That's what it is. She might not be doing the review. So she wasn't set up as a reviewer overall. She's just our lead. These reviewers are based on the checklist types. And let's say I'm going to pick Stephen Nicholson as a reviewer. So now when that appraiser is done, the report, you can take a XML file or PDF file. Let me grab one here for you guys. Drag and drop it. This is an XML, which is really nice. It will actually parse out the PDF that's attached inside of every XML file, so that, say this 70% of time, as we've heard, where the review is, where the appraisal's fine, and we don't need to ask the appraiser for revisions. We don't want them just to upload a PDF file and then wait and say, hey, yeah, that's great. Can you now send the XML? So for the majority, there's the XML we uploaded, and there's the MISMO report PDF that it also uploaded. I mean, I can click on that and I can see it, and it's the sample. Megabucks Bank. It's a fitting name. And there, now it's ready for review. Stephen Nicholson, he's the reviewer. On his side, on his dashboard, he got an email and he goes, hey, there is now 2 ready for review. I am an admin, John Jacobson, so I see everybody's work as we want them to. And then on here we go, ready for review. There's our 851 Cherry Avenue. So imagine now I'm Stephen and I'm in his account. He knows he has 2 ready for review. Let's go with this one that we clicked on. I can click on that. You can open it from the report too if he opens up the file. But now you have your report over here rendered on the right. There it is. And then your checklist on the side. And this can be as basic or in-depth as you want. And like I said, this could be the reviewer doing it, or you can actually ask the appraisers to go through this checklist every time. But it's like a custom set of rules, and not just E&O rules and UAD rules. It's just acknowledge if the market value or the purchase price is less than the contract value. And is it yes or no? Like, you don't even have to mark it as a critical. You can just say, no, it's not. And just notify the team immediately. This one is a joke. Definitely not worth that. We've all done that. We've all been there as appraisers. But anyways, you can make these anything you want. Check them off. Done. Yes. Borrower matches, lender matches, effective date is current. I filled that out. You can say, oh, you need to use, I'm going to pick on whoever was spelled those expenses wrong. Use spell check. Please check the neighborhood description for spelling mistakes. Add. All right, so we just added that. There's another one. And yeah, so request revisions or approve it. It's up to you. There's our custom one. It says, who do we want to notify, the appraiser or the reviewer? Maybe we don't want to bother the reviewer. Appraiser just has to fix it. And we just go request revisions. And it goes into the process of review. In review, revisions. Didn't even have to refresh the page. It says there's 2 warnings on here. Appraiser can see this. They can check it out and say, oh, yeah, use spell check. Okay, noted on this one. I'll fix it. I'll go back. I'll re-upload my file into here. So if we go back to here, sorry, when I go to the corner, all my windows show. We re-upload our same XML file. There it goes, grabbing it, parsing it, doing all that fun stuff. And if there's multiple reviews happening and it goes through and it just keeps failing, you'll see the whole history on the file. There it is. It's revised now. Now that Stephen Nicholson, our reviewer, and go back and he's got his dashboard that says 2 revised reports. There it is, 851 Cherry Avenue. Let's check it out. All right, he fixed it. He fixed it. Approved. Congratulations. It's all done. So this is a manual process that a lot of people have done. Now inside of Accelerate, it is there. It's done. Admins are notified. We go back to our main orders list. Approved. There's our list of 2 orders. You see, this is our main orders view. There's our 851 Cherry Avenue. QC. Approved. There it is. There's our list. And now we know to take care of them, send them off to the client. Do whatever process that you want. It's completely up to you. That's there now. And that's a really awesome feature inside of Accelerate for that process that, like I said, has in the past tended to have been very manual. So team tools next. So order lifecycle rules. That is the first one. So let's go back to here to our company. And we go to this new tab that you'll see when you have Accelerate called rules. And this is just the beginning of it. And these are some fantastic rules. And this is getting added onto all the time. But order acceptance rules. So part of Accelerate is you can actually have your appraisers physically accept files if you want them to. Every time you assign an order as an admin or business owner to an appraiser, you can have it show up in that appraiser's account in their pending desk. And it'll say, hey, I have a new order and new. And here it is, 763 Nathan Road, just accept it. Just acknowledge it is what it is. It's acknowledgement. So now you have rules that says an appraiser has X amount of hours, 48 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, whatever you want to accept the order before it goes unassigned. That's one option. I have it off because once we assign it, we want to leave it with that appraiser. Second option, if an assigned appraiser is not accepted within 8 hours, excluding Sunday, notify them and say, hey, please accept this one. If you have this rule turned on, just say rule turned on, it will tell them how much time is left before it goes unassigned. But if you just leave this one on, this is the most common, just reminding them saying, please acknowledge this one. As appraisals are busy, I don't know how many times that you guys have heard this, and I'm sure many times the appraisals say, oh, I didn't see that one. Oh, that's a new one. So there's one that you can get. Inspection complete. These are new rules around if after 3 hours after the appointment, if it's not marked as complete, notify the appraiser. Or after the appointment, automatically mark the inspection complete, the opposite side. If orders are outstanding or overdue by over 48 hours, notify them that's critically overdue, and you decide how much time that is. And after the appointment time, if 12 hours go by or whatever hours go by without any updates on the file, you can flag it as at risk And there's a new filter that says at risk and highlights the file. It says, okay, the appraiser hasn't touched this one in 12 hours. Let's see what's happening with that. And then lastly, marking a final report, or sorry, after uploading a final report, it will just automatically change it to completed. So just a preference, but that's the lifecycle rules in the team stuff. A really great one, just less chasing after appraisers, especially around the order acceptance pieces. Next, appraiser scorecards and client scorecards. Appraisers, we all get scorecarded by the AMCs. So I think it's important as a business owner to have some insight onto your appraisers themselves, because you're usually getting judged, well, sometimes as an individual or sometimes as a company, but now you have everyone in your company now with your own scorecard. So if I go to an appraiser, we get scorecard. You can now see back to John Jacobson. Some averages, just the overall up here. Last 30 days, 90 days all time, average turn time, 50% on time, last 30 days. But then down here grouped by month or year or week, whatever you want it to be, but let's just do it by month. And John Jacobson has been a demo since 2014. We go to June, you can see 18 completed appraisals, 50% on time. Which ones were on time? Which ones were not on time? How much time from acceptance to completion? How much time from assigned to accepted? And clearly someone was playing with some old orders, 400 days, but you have everything. Expected to upload. Oh, this is 0 because you probably completed the report and didn't upload the actual report. Accepted to upload, decline percentage time, reviewer revisions, revision rate. How much revisions are being asked? So 1 in May, 0 in June. Good job, John. And then just from there, every one of your appraisers, you have a scorecard on. It's fantastic. It runs every single night, and you'll be able to see if you have reviews that you do with your appraisers, quarterly, yearly, whatever. You can look at this and say, hey, great job, or here's what we need to work on, and that's available. And secondary to that, like I said, client scorecards is back to the whole part. If you're getting scorecarded, why not scorecard them? So on every single client, we have a scorecard. And this in May, so we got last 30 days. I didn't complete that order that I had with them, but it will show you, say, all time with this client. There we go. June, May, April, March, blah, blah, blah. Here's all the completed orders that we've done for this client. You'll see how many you did per month. You'll see on time percentage and the same stats that you see on your appraisers, but see it as a client. When they call to complain about your performance, you can back it up with this, or vice versa. You can call them and say, hey, we're doing great. Can we have more work? Because our time from acceptance to completion is this, or 100% on time for you for the last 3 months. Just a really great way to be able to see that. I'm big on that with our analytics section, always looking at specific clients and order sources, seeing where is your work coming from, and being able to call them or make decisions in your company. I like this one a lot, just because you know what your client's doing to your company and what you're doing for them at the same time. Like if you have revision rates, client revisions, there's just a ton of them happening or something like that, you'll be able to see, or you'll be able to see that your revision rate is so high or so low and well below the averages. It's up to you to make those decisions, but it's all there now on client scorecards. Next on the list, revenue goals and leaderboards. And I know this is a lot of information, but this is why Accelerate is a huge package of things. But we're running through these. We've gone through a lot. We have a few more here. Just going to run through the rest of the team tools, and then we'll go through the branding and customization, but a few more really great ones on the team side of things. So on teams, we have revenue goals. Most companies have these. If you don't, my opinion is you should. We have them, and it's nice for some motivation, not just for yourself, but for your team too. So being able to set goals is awesome. We can edit these 3 goals: revenue goals, completed order goals, and new order goals. And you're able to monitor this progress. We put it up here in the main navigation because it's so important. If we're always checking that. A lot of our customers with this are constantly living in this, just checking, see how is my progress. Okay, this is fantastic. So we're June 25th, and we already beat our goal. I mean, it's a pretty low goal, 15, but that's not the point. It's just, it's motivating, it's good, it's fun. You can go back and see your months that it's only been released about 2 months ago. So on here, it just shows up to 2 months ago. But yeah, you've got goals. I love it. It's super motivating for someone like myself. And if you're the same way, you will definitely get motivated from this. Advanced office management. That's the next one on our teams list. So we go to here, account settings, offices. So a lot of our customers will have multiple offices, even if they don't have multiple locations. So the standard seems to be, yeah, if you have more than one location, you add it in. But if you have different divisions, you have residential, commercial, or whatever, you can add a different office profile is what that is. And the core for that is invoicing details changed. If you acquire a company, for example, as some of our customers do, and they keep the name of the old company, they add it in here, but keep it under that name. Invoices are still under that name. When you go to analytics, your office, you can run reporting on just that. Same with insights. That's existed for a long time. That part's there and available to everybody. But part of Accelerate, what's really cool is these routing rules and office members. So routing rules will automatically assign an office based on a state. So if you're working in different states and you have a team that specifically works with these 7 states, then you add them. You add them to that office profile. They will get automatic. This office profile will be assigned every time you enter that order. And then members. This is your admin team that you have. And if you have admins that work only in your commercial or a certain location or whatever, you just select them. So John, part of J. Smith Appraisals, this primary office. Now all of my notifications, my messages at the top here, my orders by default will go to this profile, including email notifications, which is really nice. And your orders list will default to that office, but you can still see everything if you remove it, which is also great. Say you're helping someone that's sick one day in your office, but having that separation so you're not always seeing everything has been something a lot of people have been asking for, and that's now part of the Accelerate package. So the next thing, advanced appraiser assignment. Teams one jumps around quite a bit. So we go to enter a new order. Let's stick with our Cherry Avenue, pick our lender, pick our 1004. If I go down here to the bottom, assigning an appraiser, we have this list. You can pick your appraisers or search for them, or this enhanced assign, which grabs pieces from the scorecard and then a little bit more information to like years licensed, their capacity and month to date, which is all editable per person. And you can now see who's doing what. Are they on the preferred list or not? Show me only the preferred people for this client. None. Okay. Do not use lists, well, which is also part of the next one. Also part of this. So if you're on a do not use list for a client, you won't show up on this, and you won't make that mistake of sending an appraiser and then finishing the job and then saying, oops, they're not on the list, which really is not fun for anyone. But that's already automatically being filtered out now. User roles, different types of licenses, active license, and that's by default. Coverage area, that type of thing. This is showing everybody, but you can narrow those down. But more filtering, more of that. And then lastly, we have the, if I go back to the appraisers list, John Jacobson, approval list. Here's all of our clients. Preferred, approved, do not use. Show me the one. Williams Lender Group, do not use. Made someone mad there, but you just manage it this way. The do not use or the preferred, can't be both, as that one will fix. But so yeah, you now have that managed. You're not messing around. It's all automated. When you think back to adding a new order every time now, you're picking a report type and a client, your fees done, your appraiser fees automated, the report requirements, the tech fees, all of that stuff is being pulled in now with the new pieces of Accelerate, and that's our team's package of features. So And then lastly, these are actually things that have been released a long time ago, and they are in a separate package of Anow. That was $40 a month, but we put it into the Accelerate as well too. So if you get Accelerate, you also get that included. And that gives you the Anow Connect, which is one of the greatest features inside of Anow. That's quite outside of standard order tracking and reporting and calendaring and mapping and all that great stuff, but it's your custom client order form. So there it is, my logo. There's my phone number. I can create an account. I can log in, or I can order as a guest. If I want to order as a guest, I can type in 500 Fell Street, have my whole piece customized, what fields are required, what fields show and hide. We have a whole bunch of them. You can embed this on your website, have a login on your website, have an order form on your website. Connect is available to everybody, but it's the branded version of Connect that's part of Accelerate, or the branded piece. It's fantastic. It makes your company look awesome. We have our customers telling us that they're mortgage brokers, smaller banks, and when they release it to them, they're saying, hey, thank you for developing this. They're thanking them because it's branded to them. We don't want them to know who we are. We don't care if they know who we are. We want them to know you, and it to be your opportunity to promote your brand. So the emails are branded to you, the subject line, the sender, the logo is all to you. That's all part of the branding. The branded login page, the ordering portals branded to you, the email notifications are branded to you. And then lastly, the walkthrough branding on our Anow walkthrough product, the homeowner inspection piece that we have done tens and tens of thousands of these since the COVID-19 pandemic hit us, and we're by far the largest homeowner inspection app in the market in terms of being the quantity of inspections being used. It's been great, but all of that branding, if we hit set branding, you can see here, we got a logo, you got a walkthrough white label logo if you have that enabled. You can change the color. I'm gonna just drag this around and put it to my company colors. You know what, we want to do pink, we want to do green. I'll leave this as blue because our J Smith is blue. Our different email that our clients can reply to, your company phone number that show up on the text message of walkthrough, and all the emails, all of that stuff now branded to you, not branded to us. You're powered by Anow, but completely branded, and a great way for you to showcase your company. And just something that we like to do at Anow is when we can offer new services and put our logo on it, then fantastic. Give it to our customers, and you guys should be doing the same. We just ran through a giant package of features that add a whole new level of Anow that we've never seen before, and really only available to many of our enterprise customers in the past. And now everybody else can get it. It is a $498 a month add-on to the company, and you can add it on anytime. You can take it off if you're not satisfied, but we certainly have never seen that happen yet. If you would like a trial of it, definitely reach out to us, reach out to our support team, and we'll turn on Accelerate for you. We'll give you we do a 7-day trial on existing Anow accounts, or if you're not an Anow customer today and you sign up for a trial, you'll get all of the Accelerate features turned on automatically. And if you are inside of Anow, it's just simply a new, if I go to subscription, it's an add-on. In our add-ons module, where we have a whole bunch of other pieces like our Mercury network integration, our Mail Now plugin that pulls in the auto emails from all your AMCs, auto enters the orders from you, total integration, comparables database, Mercury network, and it's Connect. It's part of Accelerate, and then there's Accelerate. So I have Accelerate on my demo account. You just click on that, will bill you if you do it. If you want a demo, reach out to us, or sorry, a trial, reach out to our support team down here in the bottom right, who is just, they're all fantastic, and they'll turn it on for you. We'll follow up with you, make sure if you need any help setting it up or training your team on this and all the new report pieces, then there you have it. So thank you everybody for joining. This has been a fun thing to release. We've had all of these features on queue for a while, and we wanted to package it up and give you guys something that would really transform your business. And around the automation of fees, of tech fees, of reporting and scheduled reporting and order rules, scorecards, goals and QC dashboards and all the branding stuff. It really is, if you're wanting to take your company to the next level, grow more, focus more on what you're doing on the business as a whole, rather than just doing small tasks and thinking, okay, we're growing, do we have to hire another FTE? Probably not. And that's one of the major things that we've noticed right now is if someone leaves the company or you're growing and you're thinking, okay, let's just hire more people, sometimes you don't have to do that. And we've seen a bunch of companies recently where they've been able to expand. And I know one, for example, 3 times the revenue with the same team. So that was 3 times the appraisals and everything. And normally they would have said, we'll hire more admins, but they actually have Accelerate and this automates so much more. So thanks everyone for joining. Again, my name's Marty Haldane. Any questions, please reach out to support or myself. My email, I always give it out, marty@anow.com. Super easy to remember, but definitely, again, appreciate everybody for joining and enjoy the rest of your day.